Every single day, the social media feeds you the exact same lie. A 20-year-old kid standing next to a luxury car telling you that the secret to changing the world and making crores is simple. Just pack your bags, drop out of college and start a company. It sounds incredibly cinematic and it feels brave. But let me tell you what they don't show you in the 30-second reel. They don't show you the gut-wrenching anxiety of a 3 p.m. panic attack when your bank account hits zero, your startup idea fails, and you realize you have no college degree, no job prospects, and no backup plan. Today, we need to talk about the reality of the dropout culture that the internet has beautifully glamorized. Because if you make this decision blindly, you are not choosing entrepreneurship, you are choosing a financial trap. So, let's dismantle the biggest myth right away. When someone argues for dropping out, they immediately throw two names at you, Mark Zuckerberg and Bill Gates. But let's look at the facts. Mark Zuckerberg did not drop out of a random struggling college with zero resources. He dropped out of Harvard University. Do you know what dropping out of Harvard actually means? It means you have already cleared one of the most competitive intellectual filters on this planet. Even if Facebook had completely crashed and burnt in 2005, Zuckerberg's safety net was massive. He could have worked into almost any high-paying tech job on earth just based on his history and network. And his family background was highly secure. He was not risking his next meal, he was just risking an elite corporate career. Now, let's bring it closer to home. Look at the Indian startup ecosystem. The brilliant founders of Zepto dropped out of Stanford University, arguably the best institute in the world of tech entrepreneurship. They did not jump without a flashlight. They came with top-tier educational foundation, elite global networks, and access to venture capitalists that 99% of regular college students will never see in a lifetime. When the elite drop out, they are stepping off a luxury yacht onto a secure speedboat. But when an ordinary Indian student drops out of a tier 3 college without a plan, they are jumping out of an airplane without checking if they even have a parachute. I'm not saying this as an outsider or an academic lecturer. I am saying this because I lived it. After completing class 12, I made the radical choice to not take immediate college admission. I decided to pursue my own startup journey. On the outside, it looked like a classic rebellious dropout story, but behind closed doors, the reality was entirely different. I did not make a reckless emotional decision based on internet hype. I treated my life as a business strategy. I sat down and designed a strict calculated backup plan, the 12-month rule. I gave myself exactly 1 year, 365 days to build, test and validate my ideas. I intentionally kept the option to apply for college. If my startup completely failed or showed zero traction within those 12 months, I had already promised myself and my parents that I would quietly enroll in college and get my degree. I did not burn the bridge down while standing on it. I built a temporary bridge to see if the land on the other side was real. And that is the exact nuance the internet completely ignores. If you are already inside a college and dropping out means permanently losing your seat, your fees and your family's peace of mind, and you cannot afford to play with your future. If you are sitting in a hostel room right now and thinking about packing your bags, you need to recklessly audit your situation against these 4 pillars. Even if one of these is missing, do not drop out. Pillar 1, is your idea actually validated? If your startup only exists as a beautiful presentation pitch deck or an unwritten line of code, you do not have a business, you have a hobby. Unless you have actual users, paying customers, or undeniable market validation, you are dropping out for a fantasy. So first of all, validate your idea, go get some real users, and then think about dropping out. Pillar 2, do you have a personal financial runway? Startups can take months, sometimes years, to generate enough profits just to pay you a basic salary. If you don't have enough savings or capital to survive the next 18 months without earning a single rupee, how are you going to pay rent? And fear of survival will kill creative execution. Pillar 3, can your parents absorb multiple failures? Let's talk about the typical Indian family structure. For a middle-class family household, your education is not just your personal choice. It is often the family's biggest financial investment. If your family cannot financially and emotionally sustain you through 2 or 3 consecutive business failures, dropping out puts an unfair, crushing burden on your parents. Pillar 4, do you have a concrete backup plan? If everything goes to zero next month, what is your immediate move? If your answer is, I will figure it out when it happens, you are not being ambitious, you are being reckless. Here is the ultimate plot twist that nobody tells you. You do not need to drop out to build a great company. In fact, college is one of the safest startup incubator you will ever find. Think about it. Where else in life will you find a massive campus packed with thousands of ambitious people your own age? Your future co-founder, your first coder, your marketing head, they are likely sitting 2 benches away from you in your lectures. You get access to high-speed internet and labs. You get massive student discount on essential software and tech tools. Most most importantly, you have a low stakes environment to fail. If you build a product in your college and it fails completely, your life is not ruined. You still have a roof over your head, you still have the food in the mess, and you still have tomorrow's class. Instead of cutting classes to scroll through motivational reels, use your college hours to build your minimum viable product. Use your weekends to talk to customers. Grind during the nights. Build your business alongside your degree until the revenue from your startup makes staying in college a financial loss. That is when you walk away, not before. True maturity is not breaking the rules because it looks cool on social media. True maturity is knowing how to manage risks so that a single failure does not wipe you out of the game permanently. Don't let a 30-second video clip convince you to sacrifice your safety net for someone else's viral storyline. Build intelligently, protect your future while chasing your dreams. I want to know your honest thoughts on this. If you are currently in college and trying to build something of your own, what is the biggest challenge you are facing right now with your parents or time management? Let's talk about it in the comments below. I'll be replying to every one of you. If this video brought you back to reality and gave you some clarity, hit that subscribe button right now and share this with your friend who needs to hear this today. Keep building, keep growing, and I will see you in the next one. Till then, take care. Bye bye.